Remember, the YouTube ads feed the ducks. Good morning, everybody. The ducks are being quiet again, but that's because it's like freaking cold here. This spring, well, spring hasn't got here yet, but it's coming. Today is actually supposed to be the last cold day. Actually, after today, the forecast is like really nice weather. So let's just get the ducks up here. They're being really quiet, so I'll just give them a call. Hello, ducks! Hello, duckies! Look at them. They're all sitting on the stone here because the ice is melting away, and I guess the stones are soaking up the heat of the sun, and they're sitting here getting some of the heat off the stones. Come on, guys and girls! Oh, they're being real quiet today. All right, well, let's go and see what they've given us for eggs. Oh yeah, I totally forgot here. Brain dead moment there. Last night, a TV program called, what is it? Right This Minute. They aired the segment on the rescue of Mrs. Gimp. So she's now a star. They played her, supposedly the station, or the show plays on something like 29 TV stations. So last night about 1:30 in the morning, this obscure little show had Mrs. Gimp on it, and their rescue, and they actually did a pretty good job. I actually watched the clip this morning. They emailed it to me, and the link. They did a really good job editing it, and I was really happy with it. I got some good exposure for the show, and they actually put a link on their website to go to the video. So maybe we'll get some more supporters, and the show will get bigger, and justify the 2,000 ducks that are coming. That I'm going to hatch. I'm crazy. Anyways, let's see what they've done for eggs here today. Hello, ducks. Oh, we got some in here. Actually, we got quite a few ducks are in here this morning. Hey, girls. Oh, we got eggs. I think we're going to have what I'm seeing here so far, it looks like we're going to have a pretty good egg haul here this morning. All right, let's get the camera rolling here on the old egg recon. It's looking. Yeah, there's eggs everywhere. All right, let's get it happening here and see what they give us today. I noticed, like I said last night at the end of the video, we had 4 Rouen eggs yesterday. So the green that I was seeing in here, the tinge of green, was actually green. When I got them in the house and I washed them off, they were actually green. So we're getting Rouen eggs, which we haven't seen a Rouen egg. Well, actually, I asked Cindy about that last night, as it was the last time, and she thinks it's been like over a month and a half since we've seen an egg. So it's very strange that they didn't do a molt. I don't understand it. There was no brown feathers, anywhere in the duck pen. It's just been white feathers, so I don't understand. But we'll do egg recon here and see what they've given us. Okay, egg recon. Let's see what they've given us today. All right, we got one under here. Only one chicken egg in the chicken nest. That's very bizarre. All right, another egg. Oh, look at that. Whole bunch of Rouen feathers. Look at that. This one's full of Rouen feathers, actually. Yeah. So the Rouens are starting to molt. Which is strange that, we got 4 eggs and they're starting to molt. It's quite bizarre, actually. Oh, there's a dirty face muddy duck. Come on, girl. Come on. Oh, you're sitting on an egg. She's a really dirty face. Some of them, they get playing in the mud. All right, girls, I'm stealing your eggs here. Come on. Come on, Miss Goby. Oh, nothing in there. All right, little chicken. Oh my God, look at the size. That's just what are you doing with that little egg? It's not even an egg. It looks like a pigeon egg. Look at that. This is, just show you here. Normal chicken egg. Today's chicken egg. Do you have anything else? Did you give us 2 little tiny little eggs? No, nothing, eh? You're a little friendly girl. All right. Oh, girls, no eggs in there, but they're just laying in their nest. I know. I'm sorry. Look how muddy you are. Oh. All right. What do we got in this corner? Ah, there's a Rouen egg. That's definitely a Rouen egg. I can see the light green tinge to it, and I thought it's a Muscovy egg beside that one actually, because the Peking egg are a little whiter. There's the we got the Peking, which is a very white egg. Then you've got the Muscovy, which is out of a sandy beigey. Yeah, I'll see if I can get one of each here. Now I don't know how it's going to turn out with this camera, but there you go. It's probably very hard like this. The middle one is the sandy color one, which will be the Muscovy. This one here is a Peking, and this one here is a Rouen. Just a very light tinge of green. Actually, it looks like only 2 Rouens this morning. Yeah, there's only 2 Rouens, so yeah, that's it. Just 2. This one and this one. These 2 here. No, not a lot of eggs actually. What? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 12 duck and the smallest chicken egg I've seen in a long time. Little chickens giving us little eggs. All right. It's cold outside. Even the ducks are staying in here today. The wind is nasty. I don't blame you, girls. Oh, we got visitors coming in. All right, I'm gonna go head out there and do their water, and I got work to do today. I woke up this morning at 4 o'clock in the morning, and all I could think about was my hatcher and how I'm building it and the parts I have to get, and I have to run to town to look for some plastic trays that I can use in the hatcher, because I'm actually going to build the hatcher around the trays, because I got to see what I can get locally for trays, and so I've been up since 4 o'clock doing that on the internet, looking for parts and figuring things out and looking at different ideas, and gotta get her. Even though I don't need to gotta get it done right now, because the incubator is not going to be here for like another 21 to 25 days, and then another 25 days after that before I need it. But I want to make sure I've got everything done and ordered, and so I'm not scrambling at the last minute. All right, now we'll do the water, and holy, look at that! I don't know if you can see that. I was gonna get some light in here. That feeder, I filled that right to the top last night. That's a lot of food last night. The last 2 days, actually, they've been eating a lot of food. You girls are real pigs and giving me no eggs. So maybe this is the big burst before. But that Muscovy there, actually, her feathers are really rough. She's due for a molt. She's very rough feathers on her. But, I keep thinking spring's here, and I'm all excited about getting this hatch happening. But, it's so early right now. Like, really, April's still a cold, nasty month. And, and the ducks aren't ready to start laying yet. And really, honestly, they don't start naturally, hatching eggs until June. Late June, it's Mother Nature. Because really, in the wild, a duck only needs 90 days to become mature enough to start flying away. So if they're born, the end of June, and then they start migrating south the end of, September, that's, July, August, September, it's 90 days. And that's basically a full-grown duck. So we've got lots of time here. It's just, we're all, I know you're watching the series and you're antsy, and I'm watching, I'm living it and I'm antsy, and I want to get it happening because it's been a long, cold winter. It's like I said last night on the video, I'm rambling here right now, but I was watching the video yesterday of, the lake, and man, I miss on the lake. It feels like a lifetime ago with the ducks on the lake. It feels like this winter has been an eternity. All right, I gotta go outside. Well, not a lot of eggs, but like I said, inside, it's too early. I'm all excited, but it's we got a long way to go yet. I was actually looking back at my chicken videos from last spring, and I looked at when I started hatching last year, and we got a long way to go yet before we're even at that stage. So let's just go in here and take a quick look before I get the hose out. See what the duckies are up to. See if we can find this internet star, Mrs. Gimp here. Hi, Mrs. Gimp, where are you? Mrs. Gimp. Gimp. She's the smallest duck. Where are you, Mrs. Gimp? Alright, I don't even know where she is. Okay, I can't even find my duck here. I've lost the star of the show. Is she over here? Where are you, Mrs. Gimp? Oh, that's just bizarre. I can't even find Mrs. Gimp here. Well, she'll make an appearance here, hopefully sooner or later. She's around here somewhere. She's, she's been a sneaky duck, you know. She never, I think that's how she survives so long, is she lays low. You know, you don't see her, you don't notice her, and then all of a sudden, bang, oh, there she is again. You know, then she'll disappear for, 4 or 5 days, and then bang, she'll appear again. And it's very strange because, she's got that club foot, and, she walks around with a limp, and she's the smallest duck, and I can never find her when I want to find her. It's always, I just stumble across her. I do not see her anywhere. Mrs. Gimp is MIA today. Well, she'll appear later. I'll get her on film for you because, she made it a big time. She was on national TV last night. So let's get the hose out. Just going to go in here and check the drakes. See how they're doing because they're not all out. But just look at that. It's -8 still. Like, that's what that 18 or 17 degrees Fahrenheit. But -8. Today's supposed to be the last cold day. That's what they're telling us. So. Hello there, Muscovies. Oh, you guys are smart. All of you are in here. Oh, that's why, because it's warm. Heat of the sun's got the building warmed up. It's 0 in here. It's actually nice and warm. As soon as you walk in, actually you can feel the wall of heat hit you right in the face. But it's because the brown wall is outside and the sun is right now beating on the side of the building, so it superheats it. Just like it superheats it, in June and July when we had the ducklings in here last year. And that's why that big exhaust fan is out there, because the building gets so hot from the being a metal shed. It really overheats, which is good right now because it's free heat for the duckies, and the Muscovies, they're the heat absorbers. They love it. I don't blame them. It's nasty out there. I don't even like it. So what do we got for feed here? Well, you guys are making a hole in the feed too. Well, I don't know. The last 2 days here, it's the consumption's been pretty steady. They're eating lots. Maybe they're getting ready for the big mate here. Breeding season's coming up. They know it. Got to get their strength up. You need your strength to mate, don't you, boys? It's going to be so much fun. I'm like I said, I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning, and all I can think about is this hatcher that I got to build. And I've got 50 days before we're going to need it, but I want to make sure I get everything, get my ducks in a row here so that I'm ready for it. I'm so excited. This is going to be so much fun. 2,000 ducks on the lake. Woohoo. I hope I pull off 2,000. That's my new goal. I'm crazy, I know it, but that's the goal. Hey boys, you got to make me lots of babies. Pretty soon, you guys will be free. Oh, look at this. They waste no time. Change the water, ducks in the water instantly. I wonder where Mrs. Gimp is. I see a little bit of blood there, and usually the blood's from her stump. Or is that Mrs. Gimp? You can't tell till she gets up here. But I still haven't found her. It's strange. And I really want to find her because she's a star. Alright, let's go around there and get the hose. Alright, I'm just getting here waiting for the hose to finish filling the tub up, and the wind's picked up. I don't know if you can see that the trees moving there. It is cold. Now I'm hoping, it's a north wind though. Man, that's a nasty wind. Probably the mic is picking it up here. Hopefully that nasty wind is the air shifting that we're going to get that warm front blowing in. Is it that you can see the trees going back and forth, actually all the bush. It's really nasty out. Well, the wind is so strong right now, my eyes are glassed over completely. Still haven't found Mrs. Gimp. I don't know where she is. Even the ducks are laying low. You notice they're sticking close to the ground over there in the little, the little corner there. It's, they're not liking this. Ducks don't like the wind. You can see their feathers lifting on the wind. And when their feathers lift, they're losing all their body heat. That's why there were so many ducks in the barn. That's nasty. It's hard to believe this is spring. I wonder where Mrs. Gimp is though. I'm not gonna go over there and make those ducks get up because they're obviously comfortable, but no, that's not Mrs. Gimp. Well, she's around here somewhere. Then we got these 3 crazy ducks here that are in the water. Clean duck is a warm duck, right, duckies? No sign of Mrs. Gimp. I do not see her anywhere. They love their hay. Just look at them over there. They stick around that hay pile and they go under it. They nibble at it. It's a non-stop, picking away at it. They're not gluttonous pigs on it, but they love it. They pick away at it all the time. All right, duck, that tub's full enough. I'm taking the hose away. All right. Come on. I know you're gonna splash me as soon as I bend over here, aren't you? You're a big duck. Whoa, that's a big female. They don't even want to get out. Yeah, she's gonna go right back in. Yeah, right back in. Tell you, these Rouens, they're the water duck. Of all the ducks, they're the wateraholics. Alright, I'm going to wrap this hose up, and like I said, I've got a bunch of work to do today that unfortunately has nothing to do with ducks, but it's part of my life and I got to take care of it. Even the males are even hanging low here. It's cold. I bet you with the wind chill right now, it's pushing -20. It's not nice out. And it's just bizarre that we have not spotted Mrs. Gimp, and we've been actually looking for her. Not a sign of her. That was a blue jay that just went over. Oh, he's above us now. Alright, I'm going to put the hose away. Well, I've been looking here, and I'm still, because I got to find Mrs. Gimp here, and I still can't find her. I don't, she's done this before where, she's disappeared for, 4 and 5 days and you don't see her. But, I've never looked this long and not found her. It's, oh, there she is. She was hiding amongst the other ducks. There she is, right there. Mrs. Gimp, the internet star. Oh, girl. She's sticking with her friends here. Oh, girl. Move for us. I guess not. It's too cold. I don't blame you. It's unbelievably cold. So we found her. There she is. She's staying with her friends right in between. She's smart. She's staying there where it's warm. You gotta go underneath? Yeah, she's going underneath. Oh no, she's not. Oh, Mrs. Gimp, you're a celebrity. Alright. I'll put a link actually below the video of the episode, the segment I should say, that they did on her. I'll put it right below in the description. You can take a look at it. They actually did a good job. So I'm gonna go and do. Actually, I gotta go in and check on Mrs. Iscovy here. This morning I went in there, and the crazy duck is sitting in the corner again, and it looks like she's trying to build a nest, which is bizarre because she's in the middle of a molt, so she can't be laying eggs. So let's go inside and check her out. Well, Miss Iscovy's moved here. The amount of feathers in this back room here, I'll give you a shot. I keep cleaning them up, and I'll just show you here. The back room is just covered in feathers. And it looks like someone broke a pillow in the back here, but she was in that corner this morning, and actually she keeps going from corner to corner. I don't know what's with her, and then now I can't even get her to move because I reach in to grab her, and she goes into that submissive position that she goes into, where she just lets me pick her up. So I can't even get her. Let's see if I can get her to even get up here. Because normally now I put my hand in. On, see, she puts her head down. I'm not going to pick you up, duck. See, she won't even, where before, where you put your hand in there and she'd take off there, the last couple weeks. But now, she's gone back to her friendly self where, I go in there and I go to pick her up and she lays her head down and just lets me, pick her up. She's back to the friendly duck again. Hey, girl. Pretty soon we'll be outside. As soon as spring gets here, if it ever gets here. I hope. Hopefully. Well, I shouldn't say hopefully. Today's supposed to be the last day of nasty weather. The weather forecast is actually completely changing, and it's spring weather again, or spring weather, not again, but spring weather's coming. So hasn't got here before, so it couldn't be again. So, all right, I'm gonna go and deal with my day, and I'll be back to you later on. The ducks don't know I'm here yet. Hello, ducks. Aw, ducks. Hello! Actually, today I was reading a whole bunch of stuff about, the breeding and the hatching of ducks. Oh yeah, see, so I'm starting to talk. I read a whole bunch on the psychology of ducks actually today, and it's really something else. I learned a lot today of why they're acting the way they do towards me. And it turns out that ducks are actually a very habit-forming animal where they get used to me, the way I feed them, the way I talk to them, and it actually, if somebody else was here, they wouldn't have the same response to them. They would actually be a little bit stressed out. So it's because of the way I do things with them, and I'm in their lives all the time, and I talk to them. And another thing I didn't realize is clothing. It's wearing the same clothing all the time, and it's in the winter that's easy to do. Summertime they're in for a bit of a shock though, as I try to change my clothes. Hello, ducks! I got muddy there. It's -6 right now. It's not very nice. It's still cold. The wind's nasty, but the sun right here is warm enough because it's the dark ground is absorbing the heat and it's melting. So they've got some mud to play in. Unbelievable. But I spent a bunch of time today reading on different duck breeding stuff, and I got some ideas on laying things out for the ducks, and especially with 2,000 ducks coming. Well, not coming, but we're going to hatch. Oh, I'm going to get some water for you. Look at you. I know you're staying by the gate. The site was unbelievable, the amount of information I got from it and all that. It's actually I think it's, what's it called? John Metzer Farms in California, duck breeder in the States, big duck breeder. And his site had so much good information on it. I've never read, I knew about his site and I've read it before, but I didn't read as much as I did today. But it's really interesting is that May and June are the ducks' peak egg production. And it goes by daylight, hours of daylight. Specifically natural daylight, not artificial. They need natural sunlight. And Mother Nature, I guess, has programmed them that, the 16, 17-hour days is when they just pump out the eggs. And that's how it works. And the mature duck, it goes by actual natural sunlight. They say it's harder to do with artificial light, but so May and June, we could be in for a ridiculous amount of eggs here, which would be so cool because that would mean a ridiculous amount of ducklings. And I've got the incubator coming to do a ridiculous amount of ducklings, so we could literally have 2,500 ducklings here, which would be just awesome. So, all right, I'm gonna get the hose going for these dirty, muddy ducks, right, girls? Yes, you are. You're so pretty. playing in the mud. I'll fill the water up and watch. They're going to go nuts. As you know, ducks in fresh water. Just look at the mud. Oh. Because right now, like everything else is still frozen. It's only right where the ground is exposed that there's any water showing, because everything's white right now from the snowfall. But they're, oh man, they're dirty. Ducks in mud. But this, today's the last cold day. But again, that was another thing. I read today on the news, the Environment Canada is saying that winter's going to stay here till the middle of April. That we're not going to see any warm weather except for this weekend, and that's it. And I hope they're wrong. I really hope they're wrong. Middle of April. That's nasty. It isn't the first time. I've seen it before, you know, where we've had big snowstorms, and you know, April being, you know, the old April showers, May's flowers didn't apply. I'm hoping they're wrong. Really do. So, but hey, we're just gonna go with it. We got no choice here. So I'm gonna get the hose out. Ducks love mud. It's you know, everything's frozen solid. It's like, if you look around, like everything's, there's, you know, the only reason there's any water is because of me, and you know, the water that I've, you know, spilt has melted the snow, which has exposed the brown dirt, which has, you know, caused the ground to heat up because of the sun. But you know, everything right now is covered in white. So like there's nothing getting absorbed into the ground. So right now this is the only you know, softer ground with water that the ducks can play in, and they're taking advantage of it. They're all getting just filthy muddy here. Silly little ducks. I'm gonna go in and check the drakes here. Like right now it's like -3 and there's a nasty wind. You take a look here, like you can see the, you know, the ticker tape here blowing all over the place. But you would not believe the wind blowing on my face. Actually, you might even hear it in the mic. I'm gonna see how bad she is. Yeah, she's steady. That's cold, and it's coming off the lake this way. It's, you know, that this time of year when the wind's blowing off the lakes, always cold. That's the north. Blowing from the north. Hey duckies, you're all hiding in here, aren't you? Oh, what the, we got a Rouen and a peking in here. That makes no sense. What are you two doing in here? What's the temperature in here? Yeah, see, it's -4. It's cooled off because the sun's not beating on the shed. This is probably tonight, I think, is the last night of the heat lamps. It's tomorrow night supposed to be a lot warmer. The warm weather's coming in. We're not going to have this, you know, -15 stuff after tonight. That's what the weatherman says. So, but then again, they're telling us that winter's going to stay till, you know, mid-April. Oh, you guys, I know it's hell being locked up in here, isn't it? I know. Soon you shall be reunited with the women. Oh, look at this. They can't wait to get into the tub. Fresh water. Oh, it's going to be so nice to get to the lake. Actually, that was one thing I was reading today on the John Metzer part. He's got a blog on that site. It's really, you know, you read what he's wrote there. He's done a lot of publishing of things that are, you know, useful information to duck enthusiasts like myself. He was talking about his ducks, how they come back to the pens at night, and you know, for the feed and the shelter, and during the day, you know, they go out in flocks of you know, hundreds, literally. You know, one picture it looks like about 1,000 ducks heading out to the pasture. But at night, you know, they all come back to the pen, just like my ducks did last year. You know, it's not what my ducks are doing is not an anomaly. It's just that's just the way they are. So I think this summer, when I'm going to extend the pen down, it's going to go down past the hedge there. I don't know how far yet I'm going, but I think about at least 25 feet on the other side of that hedge. And I'm going to put a gate at that end so they can come right in from the swamp, from the swamp superhighway into the pen. But I think we're going to, in the summertime, they're going to come back real fast at night, in the day, in the end of the day, and come back and fill their bellies and stay for the night and then head out in the morning. Which in the summer it's like 5 a.m. They love their tub. All right, well, I'm going to get out of the drake enclosure here and go around and take care of that hose here shortly. It'll be full. Yes, I know, duck. I can't help myself. I'm as bad as the ducks, They love the garden hose and I love spraying them with the garden hose. Reminds me of, when I play with my grandchildren and I spray them with the hose. They like to get sprayed with the hose too. But they're not as willing a victim as the ducks are. The kids have a habit of running after the water gets too cold on them. The ducks, they walk right into it. You can see when their tails wag like that when they're getting sprayed, it's so funny. You know they're happy. Alright, I'm going to go and do some work. I'm way behind. I spent all day doing work that has nothing to do with ducks. I hate that. Oh, you're nice and white now. This duck here that I'm spraying, his feathers were completely covered in frozen mud. He's white again now. Yes, I know. Look at you. You're just having a hoot with this, aren't you? He's trying to have a bath here. He's moving his head. No, he's catching the, it's so funny. Alright, I'm gone. I'm going to go do some work. I was just about to go in here and, I was standing out here looking at the ducks and I turned around, the sun beating on my face and I was like, right now it's about 6 o'clock and, the sun's still a good 6 inches above the horizon, maybe about 9 inches above the horizon here. And, it's so warm, like you wouldn't believe the heat on my face right now. And it's so cold out. It's this way, this time of year, it's, the Mother Nature is, fighting against the heat of the sun, and it's, I can't believe how cold it's hanging on. And when you've got the sun, the energy of the sun pounding on us like this, and the ducks are they're out playing in the mud here, and wherever there's dirt exposed, the ground's getting warmer and more dirt's getting exposed, and there's a little bit of mud, but everything else is covered nice. Well, duckies, soon it'll be warm. Actually, hopefully tomorrow the weatherman's right. It's supposed to start warming up and we'll have some seasonal temperatures and the duck adventure won't be a subarctic adventure. So that's it for today.